Welcome everyone to the new program on NDB Media Network, Talented Universe. And my name is Michael Day. I am your host. My co-host is Vernon. Vernon, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Coming to you from South Africa. And it's something that myself and Mike, we've been looking forward to. Just getting a moment to do something like this. So very excited, and it's going to be fun.
And I would like to introduce our special guest from The Voice season 24, I believe. Kara, would you like to introduce yourself and just briefly say who you are? Whatever.
Yeah, well, hello everyone. My name is Tenae, and I'm a singer-songwriter, and I am on this season 24 of The Voice. It's about to go into the finales. I was eliminated. I made it to the top 12, and then I was eliminated after that. So, but yeah, we're here.
Yeah. Now this was.
That's 12 people, right?
Yeah.
Out of everyone. Yeah. So that's awesome.
And I think there were 56 people that got into the competition this year.
Yep, 56 of us, and I made it to the top 12. So it's
cool. That is very cool. That is very cool. And I will say, as I told Vernon, this season, the talent was phenomenal.
Insane.
I mean, for you to make the top 12, that is great. That is great.
Yeah, absolutely. It was insane. I was just, all I could say is I was just super, super grateful because I didn't know I was gonna make it that far. So yeah, it was pretty mind blowing.
Awesome.
Yeah. Vernon, do you have anything or?
Yeah, Kara, so I actually went through YouTube. Michael sent me all of the links because we do get it in South Africa, but I think we only get one of the two seasons that goes on in the year, right? So we would, for instance, get 23 and then 25 again. So just because there's so much going on with all of the talent competitions. So I saw you today. And I was super impressed with you just bringing back the iconic sounds of the 90s, and just your interpretation. I mean, there were quite a few that I just thought this is it really transports you back to that era. One of my favorites was your fifth performance, Rain. So that was, it was amazing, absolutely amazing. Also, the JoJo one was absolutely amazing. So it was just for me lovely to hear someone, bringing back something that I would say is timeless and still deserves a spot in 2023. So well done on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it was my pleasure I felt like I was able to be a vessel in a sense, to bring a nostalgic vibe to the show, because 90s R&B really did mold me and shape me to be the artist that I am now. And I didn't know growing up listening to that music was preparing me for a bigger purpose. And I feel like that's what I'm doing. So
yeah. I missed the, sorry, Mike, just
no, go ahead.
I missed the 90s like electric piano and clav and that kind of things. And obviously your performances had that in, and it just absolutely, it felt right, just having that nice electric piano, so timeless. And I think sometimes there's definitely a space for doing a more current version of iconic songs, but there's also definitely still a place, in my opinion, for hearing it, emulating those sounds that people grew up with, and that just brings back all of the warm the warm feelings, I guess. So that was something that actually stood out from the arrangement and composition side for me. Did you have like any input in the way they composed the song and said like, let's go with as close to the original as possible in terms of the instrumental?
Well, I'm going to be honest. First of all, the band is like that. They're probably one of the most talented bands, if not
Yeah.
the most talented bands I've ever
Mm.
played with. And all of the songs that I did, honestly, everything was just natural. Everything just naturally flowed. We didn't really have to make a lot of changes to my arrangements. It was maybe like a few tweaks here and there. I remember on Leave Get Out, going into the on the bridge. What part was it? It was, we basically like added a couple more counts just so I could hold out one of my notes. And it was a very creative and effective idea. And so that's the main thing that really stands out. But everything else really just naturally flowed,
Awesome.
Yeah, we do have people in the chat room, and here's a message from Tatiana Gross.
Hey, Tati.
She goes, "Hey, KT, thanks for the invite."
Of course. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, and as I said, I just sent a message to all the chat rooms. If you have any questions, please place them in there. And as you saw, I put them on the screen, and we can address them. Please keep your comments nice, or we will not post them. And we do have some likes from people.
Nice.
Vicky Lobo, Mentally Gilmore Russell, and Tatiana Gross has given us likes so far.
Yay, thank
Now,
you,
the
guys.
likes only work through Facebook. If you liked us on YouTube, thank you very much. We have to look at those later. So,
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and I appreciate it so much.
Yolanda Knox says, "I am very proud of you."
Oh, thank you, Miss Yolanda. I love you. Thank you so much.
He's all friends of yours?
Yeah, like a lot of my Facebook family. Oh, that's my mom.
Oh, is that your mom? Suzette is your mom? Okay.
Yeah.
She says she loves you. I'm glad she does. I mean,
I love you too, Mom. Mom's my biggest fan. She's my biggest fan.
Is she your biggest fan? I did
And
want
the
to
rest
ask.
of the family won't feel offended if you say that. It's not.
No, I wanted to ask one thing that I read, and I don't know if other people have asked you. If they have, I am sorry. When you graduated from high school, you started a girl band?
Yeah, shortly after high school, I started a girl band. It was actually supposed to be just me by myself doing a show, and I needed background singers, and I knew two very talented singers. One of them was my best friend, and one of them was another girl that I met from a previous like girl group we were trying to do that didn't work. And our harmonies were just so good. And after I did my show where they sung background for me, we ended up becoming a group, and we were a group for about 3 years. We got a record deal, and and then eventually we dissolved. But yeah, I was in a great group.
On good terms, I hope.
Yeah, we're on good terms. Yeah.
Of course, Mike.
Good terms are good.
We're on good terms.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another comment from Melanie. "You have an awesome spirit and voice. What do you want to do next?" That's kind of what probably one of us were going to ask. What do you want to do next in your career or life or whatever?
Well, first off, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And what I want to do next, I want to do a lot of things, but of course, put out new music, new visuals. I see myself acting. I see myself doing a lot of things, like being an entrepreneur, but music number one. And I just would like music to open more doors for me that are outside of music. But first and foremost, putting out music and, possibly touring and, like I do this for real. So I see myself like selling out arenas one day, So that's the goal, along with many other things.
Now, what do you? I'll see how do. I just lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. Being old.
Don't you hate that?
Being old is pain.
To all of us, Mike, it happens.
Oh, it's so terrible. It was actually one of the questions I saw, and I was like, yeah, what you wanted to do next. But let's go on to the next question since my brain just went. Shout out to your stylist on The Voice. Has CoverGirl or Madeline reached out yet? Your skin was flawless.
Oh,
From Vicky Lobo.
Thank you so much. So yes, my stylist on the show. Oh my God, she's amazing. Shout out to Cash. Her name is Cash. And no, I have not had any like makeup brands reach out yet. But I definitely, that's also something that I would be very much so interested in. And I'm pretty sure the opportunity will come, and I'll be happy to jump on it. So. Yeah.
And I just remembered what I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Have you decided what city you're going to settle in? Are you going to stay home? I can't remember where you are now, but.
So I am, I'm from Riverside, California, and I live currently in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
So as far as settling, honestly, I'm at a point now in my career where I'm just going wherever my career like leads me. If there's more opportunities in California, then I'll be in California. If there's more opportunities in Georgia, then I'll be in Georgia. I'm just trying to go with the flow,
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yolanda says, "Yay, Riverside."
Yes, that's my hometown. She's from Riverside too. All my Riverside people are in here. That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I don't know if I completely missed something or just saw something that was not accurate, but do you have any connections to the UK as well? Did you live there once, or was that something that I completely just got wrong?
Oh, well, no, I didn't live in the UK, but I've been out there a couple times doing shows.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a platform by the name of Soul Crystal reached out to me after seeing after I put my project out. I dropped my EP and then I dropped my visuals, and she appreciated my style of music and brought me out there, and I performed at a couple venues, and it was actually this time last year. I did a Christmas concert, and then I went back the following January, the top of this year. And so, yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I definitely look forward to going back. I'm pretty sure I'll be going back again this year sometime. So.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine there will be more opportunities like that opening up. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
Please,
yeah. Do you have an agent yet, or you haven't gotten that far yet?
Well, I've had agents before, but currently, not at the moment. No.
You're just waiting to see what happens.
Well, not really waiting to see what happens. I'm still, staying busy and, making opportunities for myself. But, I know that that's something that's going to be coming because, things are kind of new. So I'm still attracting all of those things, but definitely we'll have one of those soon.
Yeah, and just from my side, referring back to something that was said just a few minutes ago in the comment section about your spirit, I think that's something that unspoken thing that you can just observe from listening to someone. Sometimes it's really not something you can place your finger on, but I also felt that. And just today, scrolling a little bit through your Instagram, I saw that you also really pay attention to your spiritual life. And if it's okay to ask, because I'm kind of pushing it in that direction, so stop me. But faith does have a big part in your life, right?
Absolutely, 100%. I definitely lean on my faith with everything I do. Like, I always make sure I put God before any step that I take, anytime, like just anything when it comes to my family, when it comes to, work, or just anything, I put God first because, I feel like, you just got to stay anchored and you got to just stay grounded to
Yeah.
keep things afloat, in life, period. So absolutely, I put God first in everything that I do in my life. And ever since I have been consciously doing that and being very intentional about that, that's what helped my life to change and to attract all of these amazing blessings because I'm in alignment with my purpose. And I'm really, really, really big on that. And I feel very strongly about that. So
Amazing.
absolutely.
Amazing. That is, yeah, I mean, that's just heartwarming to hear. And yeah, from a little personal side, I think it's great that you're bold about that, and that you, yeah, just saying credit where it's due, and giving God the glory. So yeah,
Thank
I'm
you.
from South Africa, and I don't know how things are in America in terms of yeah, just um, always being as open as possible about just being bold in that sense. But I find it authentic, and I find it like you say, it's not just saying the words. You know where your guidance is coming from, and yeah, so yeah, just grateful being
Absolutely.
authentic to that.
Absolutely. 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have
And
another.
no, no, go
Tatiana
Mike, go
says
Mike.
she is an amazing role model. So glad I have someone like her to look up to.
Oh,
You
Tati,
brought all your supporters with us today, didn't you?
that's so sweet. She's so talented. She's a young singer as well. And
Oh, is she?
yeah, she's so talented. Thank you, Tati. You're so sweet, love.
Yolanda, too. I have seen her grown up from the age of 12.
She absolutely has since I was 12 years old. We lived in the same apartment complex.
Oh, when did you start singing? I think I read it, you were very young when you started singing. Did you sing like
Well,
in church or just
I've
sang for your own pleasure?
I've sang everywhere. Ever since I was little. I've been singing since I was a little kid. When I first started singing to myself, I was like probably like 3, 4, 5, and my parents didn't really know what would come from it at that time, but I already knew. And eventually I got older and they're like, "Oh, she can sing." And
Mhm.
yeah, it just took off from there. But you had another question you just asked me? The tail end. What did you ask me?
Oh, me or
No, no.
Mike?
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
Oh, was it
Mike.
me?
Yeah. What was it was another part of the question that you asked me that I
Oh, I
forgot.
just said, I said, did you sing in church?
Oh yeah, I've sang in church before. Yeah, I more so sang in like the school choirs,
Oh, okay.
and but I have sang in church before. Yeah, church, school choirs. I've sang at weddings, funerals, anything you can think of, like basketball games, football games, like all of that.
Anything.
Anything, yeah. Like my
Anything
whole
you could sing.
yeah. I remember the first time I sang in front of it was a really, really big crowd. It was at a college graduation and I was probably about 10 or 11 and
Okay.
I was really nervous, but it was a really good out. It turned out really good, and I just kept going after that. Contests, everything.
Hmm.
Amazing. And would you say that continuous exposure, especially from a young age, helped to be ready for the big moments?
Absolutely. Every moment since I was a little girl, leading up to now, and things I've done in the recent past has prepared me. Like I didn't even realize my whole life was artist development, and I didn't even realize it. And it prepared me. And you're nervous at first, but then the more you do it, the more experiences you have, the more comfortable you'll get in your craft. And yeah, that's what happened.
Awesome.
Now, did did you? Was this your first singing contest that you
Um,
have
are,
done?
are you talking about the voice?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Um, my first singing contest on this level, yes. I mean, I've been in singing contests before that, like,
Local level.
local level, yeah,
Mhm.
but this show is definitely the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I may, drop me some knowledge on how you get those vocal cords so flexible. I would really like to know.
Well,
Yeah.
a lot of warming up.
Okay.
You got to take care of you have to take care of your voice, vocal rest, drinking lots of tea and honey and, you know,
Mm.
throat coat, just, it's like it's an instrument, it's just like any other instrument. It's, the vocal cords are an instrument in themselves. So they need tuning and they need warming up. They need,
Mm.
to be moist, to have a humidifier. It's just a lot of different ways to
Yeah.
take care of your voice, and it's important to warm up because because like a lot of people can get hemorrhaging in their vocal cords if they
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
if they warm up or if they don't, if they don't take care of them properly. So, yeah, just taking care of them.
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I'm just thinking to myself, someone can put down the notes to the runs on paper, right? But it's an entirely different thing to go and execute it like that, like you did.
Yeah.
And that's why I just thought, like, I know warming up is essential. And yeah, you mentioned a few other things that also contribute to it. But I as a musician myself, I have appreciation for just the absolute control and
Mm,
sometimes also the speed. I know it's not always about speed of the runs and all of that, but because it's not just straight up or straight down what you're doing. So I
right.
think just a run down is it's you can get there by practicing it enough and but just going all over the place and still doing it tastefully. I think you
Yes.
executed that part of it, not just doing it because you can, but choosing your moments. I love that
Well, thank
about
you so much.
performances. Mm,
Thank you. I'm I studied a lot of artists that paved the way for me that
mm,
do runs like Coco from SWV. She's one of my favorite voices ever.
mm.
And I just remember being younger, I would just play her runs back and I would study
Yeah,
them because I was so intrigued by them. No, seriously, I would study them and I
that's
kind of like modeled my style after her. And also I loved listening to Beyonce, like especially
mm,
when she was in her earlier days, because she did a lot of runs and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I
mhm.
kind of mastered that in a sense, but I also had to learn you gotta pull back a little bit. You don't want to just do runs just to do runs, like you were saying.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to be tasteful with where you place them because you don't want
exactly.
to annoy the listener because it can get annoying. So if you do too
That's very true. Like, here's everything I know. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes of it. Enjoy.
Mhm.
That would be pretty intense. But yeah, no, absolutely. So I always just have a deep appreciation for that. But I mean, it's true what you're saying, right? It like anything else, it's a big part of it is feeling. I believe music is feeling it, but it's also dedication and continuous practicing and just but, pushing till you get that breakthrough moment. It might not be as easy at the start and it might seem far away, but so that's what I'm getting from what you're saying is just you're studying it as material. Obviously, then when you have the feel for it, the technique locked down, then you can make it your own. And definitely, I
Absolutely,
think that, uh,
absolutely. You hit it on the nail. That's exactly what it is.
yeah.
Well, let's go back to the chat room. I'm behind now. Um, Vicky says, "What makes your soul sing?"
Oh, what
Mm,
makes my soul sing?
that's that's the
Just just gratitude, just being grateful to just to be living and being healthy and my family's healthy and we're all safe and we can breathe, like I can breathe in air, like just the simple things, that makes my soul sing. I'm just grateful for all of the blessings and all of the abundance that is flowing into my life, and just knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do makes my soul sing.
Yeah, and Suzette was answering one of the other questions earlier. She says working out helps also. I guess about keeping the voice and vocal going.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely working out. Definitely, yeah, that's a big one. Working out, running on the treadmill or doing the elliptical or doing the stairmaster. You know, and doing it in intervals too. I do it in intervals. Like I'll run and then I'll do a walk and then I'll
change it up. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it's good for your lungs, and you know it's good to have strong lungs and make sure that you're singers. So definitely fitness for sure.
You need the breath support. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yolanda says you have a lot of wisdom.
Wow, that's so sweet. Thank you so much, Miss Yolanda. That means a lot coming from you.
And your mom's very active.
I told you she's the biggest fan.
I say, how does staying in shape help with your singing? I think you kind of just said that.
I kind of touched on that, Mom. Yeah, how does staying in shape help with my singing? I just answered it. Yeah, just makes
you just did. I just went, oh, didn't she just say that?
Yeah, it's you know.
Okay, here's the last one right now, which is a good question. Melanie asks, what musical artist or artists, I'm sure, inspire you?
It's a plethora of them, but
that's why I said S.
Well, I'll say, of course, I love SWV. I love Beyonce. Michael Jackson, rest in peace. He's one of my favorites. Stevie Wonder, Missy Elliott, and Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Mary J. Blige. The list goes on.
Yeah, a lot of people from back in the 90s, and yeah, people I listen to. Woo! Yeah.
Nice.
Good taste.
Yeah. Well, hey, that helps, right?
Oh, Celine Dion too. I like Celine Dion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brennan, do you have any other questions or?
No. I'm just thinking like when you said Mary J. Blige just now, I just thought of it's been too long for too long, and I can't be without. That's such a good song. That brought back some nice memories for me. Like let's say what time was that? Maybe 2006, 2007. I listened to that.
It's around that time, yeah.
Till it went out of style. Oh well, it didn't, but still, yeah. I had to put it down for a bit. But yeah, definitely. Like I think there's just there was a time where you were just kind of bombarded in a good way with gems all around, and those are the kind of songs that I think people still try and replicate today. And one of my questions would be, in the next era preceding those legends, any names you would say? Okay, you did mention Beyonce. She's been active for quite a while. But anyone else who's like just popped up the last, let's say, 5 or 7 years thereabout, that also channeled that kind of nostalgic, really soulful vibes for you?
You say like in the last, can it be someone that I just found out about like within the last year?
Absolutely, share.
Coco Jones, for sure. I don't know if you know who Coco Jones is, but
I'll check it out, definitely.
Well, she definitely has that nostalgic R&B vibe about her, and it's very authentic, and I'm a really big fan of her. Also, awesome. Who else? October London. I don't know if you know who he is.
No, I don't.
He's a really, you should look him up too. October London. He's a new R&B singer. He's actually on Snoop Dogg's new label, and he's really good. And then one more. I really like SZA. I mean, SZA isn't. I don't know. Like I don't really feel like SZA is like, she's R&B, but it's just got a different type of twist. Like she's in her own lane, but I have I have an appreciation for SZA.
Which is good too. I mean,
Yeah.
she's the thing, what works for her, right? So that's good. Yeah. Awesome. And I guess just another follow-up. I appreciate your time. Just do you think that people, and I guess I'm kind of tying it into the previous question, do you think people still have the appreciation for the standard sounds of the 90s, or do you think people are kind of forced in the industry to move towards still doing the vocals that people love, but having more electronic sounds, or more like, for instance, the percussion not being organic anymore, or you think there's still a space for that traditional 90s sound, and it can still sell albums?
I absolutely think so, because one thing about the music from the 90s is it's a feeling. It's a certain feeling that no other genre can make you feel. It's a feeling, and I absolutely believe that it could continue on. Of course, a little more modernized for sure. But I think it's just just the industry trusting in it a little more, because it might not sell, I guess, the way that pop and other genres might sell, but I just feel like it's just the people are, if it's good, the people are gonna love it, the people are gonna buy it. That's why people keep, like, whenever a 90s song comes on, they're like, oh, turn that up, because it's a feeling, so absolutely. If I have anything to do with it, definitely.
You just might.
Are you are you planning on an album soon, or have you been thinking about it? Or
that's definitely something that you guys will see. It's not an album. I'm definitely going to be dropping music for sure. Yeah. So a whole project. If I were to do a whole project, it would probably be a little closer to the. As of now, it'll probably be a little more closer to the end of next year. But before that, definitely we'll be putting out songs, like singles and things like that.
Has your fan base increased a lot since you were on The Voice?
Nice.
It has increased. It definitely has increased. I have more supporters. Like when I go live now, I used to have maybe 6 or 7, maybe 10. Now it's at 50, 60. So it's growing. And it's growing out of organic thing. One thing I always said I would never do is I will never buy followers, because you know how some people buy followers. That's and some people buy their blue check. I always told myself, I was like, I'm never gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure I earn it, and I'm gonna grow my followers organically. I don't want to come off I don't have to. I don't have to come off, oh, look at me, I got followers. No, they're gonna come naturally.
Yeah, and I honestly appreciate that, because I do know some people that had their numbers, and it's not right. It's not right.
It's just not for me. Not for me.
Oh, it's not for me either. So I mean, I totally get it. Yeah.
Mike's about to mention some names and make this real good. Mike?
Well, I could, but I'm not going to. They know who they are.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I appreciate that as well, because I think the biggest thing about that is it might help with the perception, but you would still know. And I just from speaking to you and seeing what you do, I get that you would know what the truth is, and it wouldn't matter to you if you could convince someone else of something that maybe not completely. And I think that's the best way to go. And the people that do follow you, and like you said, it's going to stay. It's going to continue increasing. Those people are there for real, they're there for the long run. Like the people you've mentioned that's been journeying with you for many, many years. And I think you're going to keep building those relationships. And then that's more valuable than just, mass appeal. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I just so we're keeping it 100 over here. Organic,
Mhm.
organic following.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
Mhm. A little switch on things. Are you thinking about maybe doing duets or groups with people from the voice that you kind of bonded with and you wanted to work with them maybe, or not really?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I've
Anything you
definitely.
anything you can tell us that is a secret and things?
Well, I mean, I think I
It's a
will say
secret,
this.
I
I will
know I
say this.
shouldn't have said that, but
I will say this. I have had conversations with people on like the other contestants on the show. I
Mhm.
definitely have had conversations with a few of them about doing some collaborations and possible uh, shows in the future.
Mhm.
So things are in the we're communicating and we're just working out all the pieces. But
Communication is good. Yes.
communication is key.
Yes. As I said, this group of contestants this year was just incredible. I have never
Great.
seen so many 4-chair turns.
Yeah, it was the most four-chair turns in voice history, they said.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was incredible. And some of them could have been 4 chairs, but their teams were filled.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I felt sorry if, it's like you really had a 4-chair turn because I could see that judge, the coach that wanted to turn,
Yeah, and it's wow. Like I was just so blown away by how much talent I was around. It's just
Mhm.
insane. I'm like, wow, you guys are all so special, and you're like we're all just so good in our own unique individual ways,
and
and
they
it's
were
just
all so different.
so
Different
different. Like a pot
tones,
of
different
gumbo. Like
style, different. I mean, it wasn't everybody was the same. I mean, it was like, oh,
Mhm.
so
wow.
everyone was so unique, so unique.
Yeah.
Such an
I said
honor to be.
I was impressed. That's really why I really pushed. I said I have got to get some of the people from this season on because it was just incredible.
Yes,
So, but
yes,
again, I appreciate you being our first.
yes. And I was
Vernon
like,
was the first voice person we interviewed, but
yeah.
that was 3 years ago, Vernon. I still
Yeah,
can't believe
and
that.
before we came on, Kira, me and Mike, we joked about it because we recently upgraded our internet
Mhm.
because 3 years ago when I spoke to Mike about my journey and that kind of thing, I had a lag of 15 seconds from South Africa, and that was torture. That was like, so one of the big bonuses tonight is just so that everything is on time. It seems so. That's very cool.
Yeah.
But like Mike also said, I mean, yeah, appreciate you and we're rooting for you, man.
Oh, thank
Um,
you so much.
you have a lot to offer, and I would say, as a sister in Christ, I just wish you all of the best for the
Thank
future.
you. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, both of you. This has been so much fun, and I've enjoyed talking to you. And thank you for allowing me to be here.
No
Awesome.
problem. And we want to wrap it up. Is there anybody else in the chat room that needs or wants to ask a question? Please do so now because we're going to be winding down. If I don't see anybody in, we might have to, because there is a lag in the chat room, so I have to give it about 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't look like it. But again, thank you
We
so
covered
much
a
for
lot.
being
We
here.
covered a lot.
We covered a lot,
Yeah.
and if you ever have an announcement or you just want to come and chit chat with us, or which we another NBC sci-fi show that we have done is I don't are you into science fiction TV or not really?
Not really. I'm more of a, yeah.
Well, we interviewed 15 people of the cast of The Ark, which is a sci-fi channel show. And
I,
oh, you've seen it?
I've heard of it.
You've
I
heard of
know about it. Yeah.
it. Yeah. Well, and we used to have some of the guests after they'd been on, they would ask us, can we surprise your next week's guest? And so we would have people come and surprise them. So if you ever want to do that, if we have somebody else on,
Oh,
just let me know. My handle on Instagram is Lightwave Guy. So if you ever see, you can see that. You can go through who I went through to get, and let me know if you want to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's, I always find it's fun, and I don't tell them that people are coming. So, so it really makes it kind of fun. But anyway, we are going to wind down now. We'd like to thank everyone for coming, and thank you for the likes and everything from NDB Media, from is going Suzette, Vicky, Melanie, Tatiana, Roger, Darlene, Yolanda, Kiki. Thank you very much for the likes. And we are going to say goodbye now, and we will see you next time. Please subscribe to our channels. Please like them so you can find out when our next broadcast is very easily. ndbmedia.net if you want our web page. Let me put that up so you can see that. So ndbmedia.net, and then you can see all of our stuff there. Thank you, everyone, for coming. See you next time.
Bye.